Hey, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Make sure welcome, welcome, welcome. I want to talk to y'all. Hey, everybody. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, Let me get out all the chatter. Come on in, come on in. I'm live and I want to talk to y'all for a second. Come on in, come on in. Hey, y'all. All right, so I was at divorce court today, y'all. This is going to be, it's a live reviews and news. It's a live live life with me, my vlog. It's a live motivational. It's everything that I do on my channel, probably a live, because I went to divorce court today. Well, what do you mean? Did you get divorced? No, I didn't get divorced, but make sure you look at this green shirt because you are going to see this. If you watch the show Divorce Court, now we know Divorce Court right now is in its 23rd season. We had Judge Maybelline for a number of years. We had Judge Lynn Toller. We loved her for a million years. And now the last year or so, we've had Judge Faith Jenkins on Divorce Court. So this is season 23. And I had the pleasure and the opportunity to be a virtual audience member. And it was an all-day thing. I'm coming to you now because one of the shows they didn't decide to do today. So typically they film 10 shows in a day, the coordinators told us. But we were going to do 7 today. I'm not sure what happened with the last docket guest, but we did 6. I started this morning at 7:50 and we ran all day. We had a 5-minute break. We had a lunch break, and then we had another 5-minute break at the end. So this seat that I'm sitting in, I literally been sitting here all day outside of my lunch. But it was a beautiful moment. I don't know if you've ever been in the audience when a show was being filmed. I was thinking back, I went to the Arsenio Hall show back in the day. Montel Williams, I saw that be filmed back in the day. Queen Latifah, when she had her talk show. And a few more. I saw Cheers, the show being filmed. It's so many that I've seen over the years. And I love the making and I love to see what happens behind the scenes. So for many that don't know, starting in the 80s, I went to school for journalism and communications. So I learned how to do all the behind the scenes. Now this is the 80s. Now y'all know stuff is different, but I learned how to do so many different in our program in high school. Even we had to learn how to do everything from editing to on-air personality to the news and sports and the engineering part of it and working the cameras. I did the cameras for the Jerry Lewis telethon back in the day. All my older people know exactly what that is. So all of this stuff, it's funny how God works. So all of the things that I did throughout my life in human services is where my degree is now. But all of the things that I did in my life come together to make Kendelllenice, and the things that I do. But I love the makings and I love the behind the scenes and I love the on-air part too. But I don't mind being in any part of it because that's how I was trained to be and to do the editing, like I said, everything. So I don't mind that. But now with the virtual world, everything is virtual, even the audience. Now, divorce court, I love divorce court. I watch it all the time. As a life coach, I love hearing the different judges give their take and perspective on relationships because I do relationship coaching as well. And I love to get wisdom and knowledge and see how someone else will assess what we're all looking at. So I watched Judge Maybelline, I watched Judge Toller. And at first with Faith, I was like, Judge Faith, I was like, oh, do I want to watch? Because now it's virtual and it's a different judge. We like Judge Lynn Toller. We've been watching her for years. And then I was like, I don't know about Judge Faith. But I remember I was saying that about Judge Toller too, because I was used to Judge Maybelline. So each time you get used to somebody, so then you don't want to see anybody fill the shoes, and you end up liking the person who's filling the shoes. And I like Judge Faith. She cracks me up. All of them, you can see why they all got selected to be the judge of this show, because they're all humorous. They're all beautiful women, beautiful Black women. And they're smart, they're intelligent women, but they also have a personable side and a sense of humor. And I think you need all of that to assess it and to make good TV, because who's going to watch if it's boring? Who's going to watch if you really can't speak? Who's going to watch if you're not appealing to the eye? Like, we can't act like that stuff is not important, because it's all a gumbo, and it's important to do that, to have good TV. I mean, this show has been on 23 years. This is the 23rd season. So of course, things got to be popping off right? So one time when I was watching it, and I usually watch it one after one, if I miss it, one after the other. And I remember I was like, I'm gonna be on it. I think I was telling my husband, because sometimes I'll be having him watch it, and I'll be like, that's you. That's you. People always be like, listen to that. But it's funny, because I was like, I'm gonna be, now it's a virtual audience. I was like, I'm gonna be on there. And then I left it alone. And then a couple of months ago, I did the whole process and procedure, and I knew this date was coming, and I had booked it a while ago, and it is a booked gig. So it started off, they sent us all the paperwork and all of what we needed to do, to okay it, and what we needed to do for clearances and all of that stuff. So I did all of the preliminaries, and then I picked my dates, and this was my date to do it all day. And it was fun, because she said in the beginning, the coordinator, Alex, or Lexi, I should say, she said, pretend like you're binge watching Divorce Court. This is what that's going to be like. And then we're the inside. And that's what it was. I was sitting here watching it. I mean, I couldn't eat my little snacks or anything on camera, but it really was. And we went through. And we talk about reality shows now and, reality TV not being real. This was real. It wasn't like, okay, say this that way. They weren't the judge or the executive director, producer. They weren't feeding them lines. As you see it on TV, that's how it goes. So it wasn't like a whole thing in a script. However those lives were, I don't know what happened preliminary wise, but when it's filmed honestly. Like, there's no pretentiousness or no rehearsals, or the only thing they ask to repeat again, if they can't hear you. One of the guys had to say "Your Honor" 3 times for them to catch it, because the camera didn't take it, didn't catch on the camera because they were too quiet. So they had to say, can you say "Your Honor"? Can you say "Your Honor"? Can you say it with your chest? And to stop it for people to speak up. Or if something was funny with Judge Faith, and you'll get to see these episodes. I'm not sure when they're going to air, but if you're a fan, you'll see them, and you'll see me in the green shirt. I'm behind the people. They tell you to, react as you would react. So that's what you see. And I got a surprise for you. You'll really see me at one point. But what was I going to say? Oh, so she, so if she's laughing in one part, this last one was out of control, and everybody was cracking up, and it's a hint. She was talking about a drive-through. So when you see that, I don't know how it's going to play out. That's going to be the serious part. But all of us, was 32 of us doing the virtual audience. So all of us who were there to witness the taping, we can share that funny together, because I'm not sure if that's going to show. But we could not stop laughing. But it ran very smoothly. It was very structured. It was very precise. We knew what we were doing. We got the instructions in the beginning. We knew you know, what to do, what not to do, how to have our camera, what kind of background. We knew all of those things. They wanted to make sure the head spacing was right. So we got all of that. So the first couple of hours that we got on like 7:50, 8 o'clock. I think the first hour and a half was making sure everything was right. So the producers and the directors can see, okay, they have a logo on, they can't wear that, or that photograph might be licensed to this and they can't, or for copyright this, or, you know, the law department has to make sure, because what show wants to get sued? None, right? And I remember when my husband and I were on Fox Soul, you know, we had to log on, I think the day before, so they can make sure the background was right, this was right. So whether it's national television outside of like me and you kicking it, yeah, this is national, international. Anyone can see my YouTube channel, but it's different when it's national TV and you have an entity behind it and you got a legal team and they ain't playing no games. They don't want any problems in the legal department. And I totally get it. And that prep reminded me of when I was on Fox Soul. But then now with this, it was like a beforehand. So we did all of that and we just, you know, sat here, made sure everything's right. And all throughout, we listen to music. So everybody's dancing, you know, on our little square, everybody's dancing. So if you watch Divorce Court now, or just check out an episode by seeing this, or maybe you'll see me on there. But the virtual audience is part of the program. It's not like a Zoom like this. They're bigger screens, so you're able to see. It's not like the small screens that you see sometimes. It's a big screen, so you'll be able to see. And if you know me, you might be like, "That's Kendell right there, right there." You know, my hair is different, but you know the face. So we were dancing throughout. You know, everybody's dancing and having a good time, and then the camera will come on us, and then you know you do a little shimmy, or do a little or do a little or whatever you want to do, and just have a good time. And that was really what they were promoting, a good time. We were, you know, being a part of this amazing, legendary show. And it was a win-win, you know, it was a good day. I was looking forward to this. I got a lot going on this week. If you knew what I had going on this week, you'd be like, how are you smiling, laughing, standing? How are you existing? How did you do this show today? I'm gonna tell my testimony again, but it's been a heck of a week and a lot is going on. But this was like the little sweet spot in the week. This was like the little icing and cherry on top of the week, because I've been looking forward to this it's been over a month. Was it June? Might have been June, beginning of July. I have to go back and see my correspondence thread, but it's been a minute. So I've been looking forward to it. I'm thinking it was June that I decided that I was going to do this. I don't think it was June. Yeah, it had to be June, but it's been a minute. So I've been looking forward to it. You know how sometimes it's good to have that thing that you're looking forward to, or those things. And this was one of them, because I was excited to see it. This is the thing. I could be sitting here all day on Divorce Court in the audience, or I could be watching on TV. And it was fun this way, because you got to see the behind the scenes. You got to see them put the little powder on, and you got to see the people come out. Now, the only things we couldn't see, obviously, is the names. So the whole structure of the show type, like we're seeing different sides of the show, if you will. So when we watch it, you'd be like, oh, that's their names. Because you can see you can hear the names when they're referring to each other. If they say Mr. Smith or Mr. this, but you don't see the names and the ages unless we talked about it, or they talked about it, I should say, within the show. We weren't talking about anything. But they wanted our real reactions. They didn't want to sit there like this. Well, in some cases, though, you do sit there like this because you can't do nothing else when you hear some of the stuff. And if you watched Divorce Court before, you know the foolishness that goes on, and sometimes the sadness that goes on, you know, because people are splitting. But they started doing it a few years ago. Judge Maybelline used to always say, look deep before you leap. That was her thing. And Judge Tolan would always give the books. And Judge Faith, you know, has her way of doing things as well. She always wears her love necklace. I love that, because she's in Divorce Court, and y'all know she recently got married to Kenny Lattimore. So she wears her love necklace, a different one. And she had it on, of course, today. So I always look forward to seeing it. I know when she first started last year, because she had got the gig the year that Judge Toller was no longer going to be there. And then we had COVID, so it had to pause for a minute, and then it came back in this fashion with the virtual audience. So she would have different love necklaces on. So I love the fact that she's the judge. She just got married, so she's not getting divorced. Let's pray that don't happen. But she's in a divorce court still with the love. And I think that that's it signifies so much. Like even within a divorce or breakup, you can still find some type of love, whether it's for yourself, whether it's for the other person as a friend, or on another type of level, whether it's loving somebody from a distance, you still have that love component. But Judge Maybelline, I was saying, and when she used to say, look deep before you leap, I think all of those people from my memory were married. And I think with Judge Toller, they started doing people, and I think even with Judge Maybelline, now that I think about it, people who were engaged or thinking about getting married. And now it's like you want to assess the relationship and have a professional and a judge do it before you even think about getting married. But some of these people got 2-3 kids, they've been together 100 years, and they're still trying to figure it out if they want to get married. So my take as a life coach and as a woman, like if you are together 10 years and you still don't know if you want to be together and be married, then that ain't the one. And if you got 2, 3, 4, 5 kids and he's still trying to figure out if you the one or if you wifey material, that's a problem. And if you were the man that you've been with 2, 3, 4, 5 years, 8 years, 10 years, and he cheated on you 72 times, that's a signal. So you have all of that. And then you have all kinds of couples on here. And some of them are just hilarious. I'm not sure of the casting process when they get the people, because some of them are all the way turned up and all the way live. And some of them are kind of chill. So I don't know if it's the story or what have you, but somebody was served divorce papers today because they already filed within their county or their city or state. But she will enforce that because these judges, these ladies are real judges. And now with Judge Faith, she's beautiful, she's poised, she's funny. She don't play. She'll tell you just like it is. And if she got to coddle you a little bit, maybe, but she's going to give it to you straight. And I think that's what's needed when it comes to self-love, when it comes to communication, when it comes to consistency, when it comes to trying to build a relationship and or marriage. And some of them, leave, and she'll give them advice like, you should go your way, you wait your way, or counseling or therapy. And then some of them will listen and learn, and their relationships will get better. And then some of them will ignore all the advice, and then they back in the same issue as soon as they get home and go home together. But I just wanted to share some of I'm not sure what kind of videos I can show. I was thinking about doing my vlog, but I'm not sure what I can show until after the show. So I'll be recording the TV to see, so I can show you different parts where I was. And I was on 6 episodes, and you can see me in most of them, except the one, I think it's the broad part, you'll see me. But the other 5, I was behind the spouses. So you'll be able to see me. And I have this green shirt on. So, and my hair. So if you see me now, you'll be able to point me out. And if you know me, you'll be able to point me out. And even on the last episode, we did the 6th one, I was still in the audience, but I wasn't behind them. So you'll still see me. I'm not sure what they're going to do and how they're going to slice it and dice it and put it together and the responses. But the responses you see are real. And when I saw myself in my responses, I was like, yeah, that's me. Because they want you to respond as you would respond. And if I was at home, I'd be like, no, what are you doing? Oh my God, what? So you're doing all that, but you can't be too dramatic where it's like, you can't do all of that because, everybody's going to know it's phony. But at one point I was just like this with one of them, like, you got to be kidding me. But I will say it was 32 people, and they had to pick the super fan of the day. So if you're a fan of Divorce Court, you know that the virtual fans have a super fan of the day of the show. So they'll choose somebody and they'll say such and such is your super fan of the day. And then Judge Faith will say, thank you so much. She'll say the name, thank you so much, blah, 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 blah. And she'll acknowledge you. And then the super fan is like, Well, out of 32 people, I was one of the super fans. They said my name wrong, but I'm used to it. All my whole life, people have said Kendall, and it's Kendell, but people have said Kendall. And that's fine. She said, Kendall from Owings Mills, Maryland, is the super fan from the day. And I was like, I don't even know what I did. I just was like, hi. And then the judge acknowledged. So it's no rhyme or reason how they pick, I don't think. But I did get to be a super fan of the day. I'm so glad because we were originally supposed to do 7 shows. We did 6. They said normally they do 10. So they had a super fan ready for the 7th show, but we didn't, it ended up for, I don't know if the people didn't show up. I don't know what it is, because these are real life live people coming in from all over the place. And it was East Coast time. So I'm not sure where they film out of. At first I thought it was in LA, but we were to meet East Coast time. But that last person didn't get the super fan. But the beautiful thing is, you know, some people sign up for things and they don't show up. So they're having a couple of other filmings, tapings. I wish I could do it. I think this week I can't. But I think I'm going to do it again. It was a great experience, you know, sat still the whole time. This is the kind of stuff that I like. It was a great experience. Everybody was nice. Everybody was professional. Everybody was cool. You know, everybody on the set had masks on. We could see them, you know, except the people getting married or whatever. Their space, as you see when you watch the show. And then the judge is up there on her own. And then the bailiff is on the side. But everybody else, the PAs, the producers, the directors, and, you know, whoever else was that we could see, because we couldn't see everybody. And I'm not sure in the control rooms, but I'm sure everyone, you know, was masked up because we still are in a pandemic. So I thought that this was an excellent way for the show to still go on and keep on moving, because it's a legendary show. Even if you're not married, you can get advice from this show, relationship advice, life advice, you know, and really, I'm a type of person, I'm a teacher, I'm a coach, but I learn, I'm a learner too. I love to learn and love to, and you can learn from anywhere. And this is one of the shows I'll be like, okay, or I see me and her, let me fix that. Or, maybe I'll, you know, that's a good point. Maybe I'll start talking about that or whatever. You can always grow and learn from everything. So I love having experiences under my belt and doing different things, and where some people might not be doing. I'll be like, I'm gonna do that and launch out in, I don't want to say, do I want to say launch? Do I? Just jump out, because that kind of is launch, right? I'm still on one, y'all. I've been sitting in this seat for 8 hours, the same one. But I like to jump out there and do different things. And this was one of them. I never participated in the audience on a virtual level. Like I said, I've been to so many different show tapings over the years since the 80s. I would do that. And that was just something that I like. Again, in the beginning of this, I talked about why I like it. And this was the first time that I did it in a virtual way. And it's cool because you don't got to get on a plane. You don't got to be around nobody. You don't have to. Now, if you go to a taping in person, you sit and wait all day and you do the same thing. It's an all day affair. But the only difference with the in person, a lot of the shows will feed you and you get to witness and smell the stage and the scene and how it goes down. That's the only difference. But during the pandemic, this is the best way, right in your own space, and you're able to still participate in a show and seeing some of the behind the scenes and all of that right from your own space. Who knows, once the world opens back up, once we decide what's happening with the pandemic, if they're going to do the shutdown again, or I'm still wearing my mask. So whether they got a mask mandate or not, I'm still wearing my mask. But maybe one day I'll get to be in the studio and seeing another show, or actually being in front of the camera. Okay, let's claim that. Being in front of the camera, doing commentary or coaching or something. Maybe I can be a part of the show. Maybe. What y'all think? But I'm on one now. I'm so hyped right now. It was a good time. Now I got to get me something to eat, but I just wanted to jump on here quickly live to talk about that. So thank y'all. Let me see if I have any questions. All right. Oh, you good. Thank you. Thank you everybody for watching. Again, I don't know if this would be under my reviews, under my live life with me, under whatever on the tab, but wherever it is. And if you're watching it live or the playback, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Y'all know I'm trying to build my YouTube channel. I'm on social media all over the place. Kendell Lenice, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, Kendell Lenice. So follow me on all social media platforms, and don't forget to, again, to subscribe and tell someone about my channel. Thank you so much for watching, y'all. God bless. Oh, and I'll keep you posted when I'm going to be on. But if you're an avid watcher of Divorce Court, the green shirt, you'll see me, my favorite color. God bless y'all. Peace.